So here we are,
We're at day 3. Right now we're at
Issaquena Falls
in South Carolina.
Yep, we're in South Carolina.
It's about a 30 to 45 minute drive from the Thousand Trails where we're at right now. And we thought we'd go out and see some interesting things. And here we are at this state park.
Yep.
So Ashley's read up a little bit about this area and this state park in general. She's going to talk to us about that real quick.
So there's a legend that goes along with these falls about Issaquena. She was part of a Cherokee tribe, and she fell in love with one of the new settlers. Jason thinks it seems like kind of like Pocahontas. She fell in love with one of the settlers, and when she heard that her tribe was going to be attacking them, she took off and rode her horse about 97 miles to go and let them know and warn them. She was in love with Alan. Alan Francis was part of the settlers. And she and he actually got married, had a baby. They lived in this mountain in the woods because they had to live in hiding from the Cherokee Indians. And so they actually lived in what we call a stump house in a big tree stump. And it seemed like everything was going to be great, happily ever after. But the Cherokee Indian chief was really angry. He was really mad that she ran off and that she had let these settlers know what her tribe's plan was. She really turned her back on her tribe. And so he sent his troops out after her, I guess you might call them, I don't know. But and they went out to find her. She ran from them, jumped off these falls here, but actually landed on a ledge that's about 100 feet down and was able to hide underneath the waterfall until they were gone. They thought that she died, and she was able to reunite with her husband and her child and then live happily ever after.
Pretty good story.
Yeah.
That's probably why this place is a state park.
Yep.
It has an interesting history to do with our Native Americans.
The #1 thing to do in this town, Walla Halla, or something like that. Put that down below so we figure out the name of it.
So we're going to head over to the next location, which is a tree stump, I don't know what it is.
It's
a tree stump tunnel?
It's a tunnel that actually has a lot of history to go with it as well. We'll talk about that when we get over there.
All right, let's do this.
1,500 tunnel workers and their families made their home on Stump House Mountain in a town called Tunnel Hill. Most of the workers were Irish immigrants who were following their dreams to America. They worked 12-hour days, 6 days a week, using only sledgehammers, hand drills, and black powder. Tunnel Hill was a rough town with more saloons than churches, and in 1854, Father Jeremiah Joseph O'Connell came to Tunnel Hill, dismayed by the lack of sobriety and the lawlessness he encountered. Father O'Connell worked to get the railroad company to agree to fire anyone that did not remain sober. He built a Catholic church dedicated to St. Patrick and established a school for the education of the miners' children. So here we are at the Stump House Mountain Tunnel. We just went inside. We will try to show you as much as we can. It's super dark in there. It's actually really cold. It's around 56 degrees or so year round. So nice and chilly in there, a little creepy. But actually this tunnel was started as a way to connect the Midwest with the coast so that they could, help with shipping and all of that. But unfortunately the process was halted when the Civil War started. So all the immigrants from Ireland actually came over. There were about 1,500 immigrants from Ireland who lived in Tunnel Hill or in one of the villages nearby, and they worked on this tunnel 12-hour days all week long, and they were actually at highest manpower. They were only able to make progress of 200 feet per month, which is crazy. So unfortunately it never got finished, but it is protected by the state park, so that's awesome that this is something that people can come and see and learn about. So we hope you enjoy.